here's those LEDs I've been talking about. Everybody's looking around to see what works, how much it costs, as well as how much light you have to put on top of the tank to satisfy the corals. At the moment, the latter answers I don't know as far as how much to put on top of a reef tank, other than suggesting one use what's called a par meter, which, as I understand, measures, I'm not even going to guess because I don't really know, I don't really understand par that well. For my purposes, I'm going to be placing this on top of the reef tank, namely because it's the next generation of lighting. Why continue to try to replace fluorescent bulbs on top of that tank when pretty soon fluorescent bulbs are not going to be available? This is the next step, and at the same time I can learn a little bit about these before I have to fully engage the product. And when I say engage the product, I'll be offering these LED light strips on my website, myfishtank.com. They're available in a 12-inch, a 24-inch, a 36-inch, and a 48-inch length. They consume 5 watts per foot. So I've got 8 feet here. That's going to be 40 watts that these are going to consume. You have to select the appropriate ballast is the reason I'm mentioning that. And again, you'll be able to find these on myfishtank.com. These LED strip lights are available in 3 different colors. The first one is a 10,000 K white, which is an attractive color. The second one is a 453 nanometer blue, what they refer to as a royal blue. There's a third one, which is a red. I believe it's somewhere around 700 nanometers. It would be for those who might have freshwater planted tanks or want to introduce a color that complements or contrasts with an existing color in the tank. Again, these are available in a 12, 24, 36, and a 48-inch length. What's interesting is you can link with this little cable here multiple LED strip lights together. So in my case, I'm going to be putting in one blue and one white. I may upgrade down the road and add another blue and another white, and I'll be able to move, maybe pair up the blues and pair up the whites later on. So that gives some versatility there. The hardware that it comes with is 2 different sets. The first one is some sticky-backed magnetic tabs. You might use those in a plastic hood or something like that, at least something that would effectively stick. The second set, which would be a little bit more secure, is a pair of what I'll just call C-clips, and it even comes with a couple of little screws. And then there's also a little, at first I thought this was a plug, but then it occurred to me, no, it's just a more simple version of a coupler, and it allows 2 units to be plugged in end to end. So you could put a 12-inch bulb and then another a 12-inch white, a 12-inch blue, a 12-inch white, a 12-inch blue, da-da-da-da-da-da. As far as packaging, it comes in a nice cardboard box. It's got these styrofoam pads or cushions there, so it looks like it's easily shippable. But the true test is not only how do they look in the tank, but how do the corals react to them. So let's go ahead and install them now. So our current lighting system consists of a pair of actinic fluorescent bulbs, 48 inches, 40 watts apiece, and then there's a set of 4 power compacts, 65 watts apiece, 2 blue, 2 white in the center. And then there was another pair of white fluorescent bulbs, and that's when I started thinking, why put or spend money on technology that's no longer going to be available here soon. So I decided to do the LEDs. What we need to do is start first by removing these C-clips that the fluorescent bulbs previously attached to.
With the use of a portable drill, I can unscrew the old plastic C-clips and then screw in the new metallic clips.
And you can see the little C-clip there, and that's what the LED light strip will snap into. And I've got 2 per bar, and 1 above and 1 below. So there's a channel on the back side of the LED strip that you basically push the LED strip over that C-clip, and those little prongs squeeze in between there. I did it by hand here just a moment ago. Kind of difficult, but a little effort and determination will get it on there. Not necessarily the easiest, but pretty secure once you do get them in there. Hi there, my name's Jim Stime, and you know me as the LA Fish Guy. Well, I also wear a couple of other hats. One of them is the jellyfish tank called the Jelly Aquarium, and the third is myfishtank.com. I offer an entire line of acrylic aquariums ranging from rectangular to hexagon, flatback hex, as well as the custom curve front aquariums. There's also an entire line of stands and canopies ranging from MDF to pine to oak with a variety of different finishes available. And the website is even smart enough that you can calculate what the freight and crate charges to your location will be. That's myfishtank.com.
Reef Hobbyist magazine believes that our hobby, our fellow hobbyists, and the animals in our care are best served by the free distribution of quality information. Reef Hobbyist magazine provides hobbyists with critical husbandry information with an emphasis on marine ornamental breeding efforts. Reef Hobbyist magazine is available for free in local fish stores across the country, or you can subscribe at www.reefhobbyistmagazine.com. For a limited time only, LA Fishguys t-shirts are back. Whether it's gear for cleaning your own aquarium or one-upsmanship with your friends, these quality Hanes beefy tees are 100% pre-strung cotton. My three-color LA Fishguys logos are silk-screened onto the back and front chest area of the shirts. 3 sizes: medium, large, and extra large. Go to lafishguys.com and click on the t-shirt link to order your LA Fishguys t-shirts today. So one of the things that we did just discover is the distance you can keep those units apart is about 6 or 8 inches. In other words, the length of the connecting cable. Here I had them spread a good 10 inches apart. That wouldn't work. So what I have to do is take the clip off here and move it down so that these 2 units are next to each other. I can use the clip, and then if I want to, I'll add another second set up here, maybe at a later time. So as it turns out, with the supplied wire connector, one can only be within 8 inches of the other strip.
Okay, they're in position. Okay, so most likely my power supply is going to come from underneath the canopy there. It'll make the connection with the end of the LED light strip right there on one of them. That power will pass down to the opposing end, and here's where I'm going to make that little wire connector and connect the 2 of them together, which will supply power for the second strip.
At this point, the connection is quite easy. It's a simple pin that inserts into a socket at the end of the LED light strip. We now want to thread the power supply cord behind the tank and bring it into the back side of the stand. I'll then lift up the canopy so I can slip the cord under it and plug it into the end of the LED light strip. So you can certainly see how bright those LED light strips are. And other than being a little difficult to snap into the C-clip, the whole installation went fairly smooth and fairly simple. It did not involve any clipping of wires or trimming or wire nuts or this or that. It was a kind of a modular installation. So again, other than the C-clip aspect of it, I think it went quite well.
Looks like I'm going to end up adding another set up there at some point, but let's first go ahead and see not only what these look like over the top of the tank, but how the corals themselves do over the next week or two before we decide to dash out and buy another set. So here's the two original 40-watt actinic lamps in combination with the two new LED light strips. The two new LED light strips are 5 watts per 12 inches. There were two 48-inch strips put inside there, 20 watts a strip, so that's a total of 40 watts of light that we've added to the tank. 40 watts of LED light that we've added to the tank. As a fish-only tank, I think it would be fine, that amount, although this is a 125-gallon tank and you might actually want more. As a reef tank, this certainly is not enough to grow corals and such. But as a fish-only system, these two 48-inch strips on this 125-gallon tank I think would be the bare minimum. Maybe double that would be even better. As a reef tank, it's going to take a lot more LED type lighting to make this a brightly illuminated reef tank. Let's go ahead and show you what it looks like with the power compacts turned on. And here we are. Now that power compacts, those are 4 65-watt bulbs. So we're looking at 260 watts that just brightened up the tank. Obviously the power compact has the intensity aspect of it. Could this tank be done all with LED lights? The answer is yes. Could it be done with these LED strip lights? I would say yes, but you'd have quite a number of strips inside there, so may not be the most appropriate for a reef tank, but as a fish-only system, certainly these LED strip lights would be a great addition to the tank. Now, what I need to work on is that coralline algae growth that's growing on the acrylic panels, and then that algae scrubber, which I do believe is overcoming the nutrient issue in the tank, and that in combination with my regular siphoning of algae out of the tank, I do believe that we're starting to lick the algae problem in here as well. So that's the LED aspect, LED lighting aspect of this particular episode. Come on back as we discuss the water flow in the next part.